Listen, thank you for coming on. I know you're a busy man, so we try not to keep you for too long.
No worries.
So firstly, just talk to me about what Black History Month means to you, Darren.
Black History Month for me is a proud moment because it gives us the opportunity sort of globally and community worldwide to express just the magnificent work and the pioneers and people that helped do so much for this wonderful country that we live in here now. And it goes back to generations to generations to generations. And I'm proud here because I have an opportunity and a platform to express the proud moments that Black History Month brings, for me to illustrate to the men and women that have gone before me, the men and women that stand in positions that I'm in now, the men and women that work in the community, the unsung heroes that's out there to bring the communities into a better place. So it's a proud moment for me. It's a proud moment for me to illustrate to the people out there the wonderful work that they're doing, and we're together as one in a society and community, working together in making this country and the world a better place. So for me, Black History Month means a lot to me, and yeah, I'm proud to be talking about it.
As somebody who is very much in the public eye, you know, the manager of Sheffield Wednesday, a big football club, but also a black man, do you feel that kind of, I don't know whether pressure's the right word, but, you know, people will be looking to you as a role model because there's not many black managers throughout football, and you're one of them who's doing a great job.
Yeah, and I can understand it. To be fair, Nick, before, you know, I never used to think nothing of it, but now I understand that it comes with the role and the territory that you have in the professional game. I'm manager of a football club, and a wonderful football club at that, and I'm a black manager really in terms of it. But I just work consistently open with everybody. I believe we're one here, and I'm working with staff and a group of players and a support base that's been tremendous in terms of it. If that means I'm a role model in terms of the communities and amongst my peers, then great, you know, I'll happily accept that, and keep putting out the positive energies to people that aspire to be a manager of a football club or a top coach or anything in the professional game. I'll consistently put that message out to them, and if it encourages and inspires them, then great, in terms of that going forward. So I do acknowledge that, and I do accept that, but I'll just continue working hard, Nick, for everybody. But if it inspires the black community going forward, then I'm happy for that as well.
Well, let's talk about your playing career then, because you had promotions from the EFL to playing in the top flight.
Yeah.
Talk to me about some of the best memories of playing.
God, there's obviously a lot of memories. There's playing in, obviously you go from the top, you play in the Premier League. I played against some of the renowned out and out strikers that this world has seen in terms of the game, from Alan Shearer to Ruud van Nistelrooy, Fernando Torres, Michael Owen, to even some of the present Thierry Henry. I put in that even, and even now, you know, with Cristiano Ronaldo now coming back to Old Trafford, you know, I've had the opportunity of playing against him on many occasions, really, which has been wonderful. So in terms of that as a career, it's been great. The promotions going out the EFL. And having sort of 5 promotions in it, really it's been wonderful. So there's been so much moments in the game, and probably nearly amassing 600 games in it. So, and over a 20-year span, I've been really grateful for that as a player in the game. And it's currently like being a coach and manager in the game now, Nick. I think it's like nearly going on near 30 years. I've served the game and been in the game, and it's been part of my life in terms of going forward. So it's been a special moment, and I'm so grateful for the game, and through those playing experiences now, it's led me on to the coaching and the managerial side, which is yeah, great.
Well, I'm going to ask you about that in just a sec, but before we do, you played centre back, obviously, and you mentioned a load of big names there. You know, Thierry Henry, Cristiano Ronaldo, Alan Shearer. Who was the toughest you had to deal with?
You know what, Nick? The toughest opponent, and he just kept me mentally tired was Thierry Henry.
Come on, I'm a gooner, so you know.
He's just the positions on the pitch he picked up. We know he's got wonderful balance and a great speed and agility, but he's just so gracefully on the pitch with him. And he was the one that gave me the most problems, just because mentally I could not switch off for those 90 odd minutes I was on the pitch, really. And obviously, as you know, at the time, Arsenal was a formidable team then. And so playing against him was a real tough quest for me, but one that I'm grateful for. And you know, you play against the players of that level and ilk, you just see why they're so special. And Thierry Henry definitely goes in that bracket.
Did you manage to get his shirt?
I tried to get his shirt, and I actually did his shirt. I have got his shirt actually. Yes. So,
come on, you got it.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm jealous. I've never met TT. I'd love to meet him. So I'm even more jealous that you managed to get your shirt. That's unbelievable. But let's talk about this managerial career then, because you've gone on to become a manager. You know, you had a great career at Doncaster. You're at Sheffield Wednesday now. But let's talk about West Brom, because you kind of went in there and under unfortunate circumstances for your predecessor a little bit. You know, he was sacked and then you had to step in. It was a tough job, but you absolutely smashed it, Darren, mate. You came in and you took some big scalps while you were there. You know, Jurgen Klopp, Pochettino, Mourinho, Benitez. You got manager of the month. Yeah. It must have been a great time for you.
Yeah, an amazing time. And like you said, Nick, it was under unforeseen circumstances, because sort of when you was given the role, it was kind of like just put in your lap, and in terms of going from it. And I always remember sort of given it on the sort of the bank holiday Monday. Then everybody sort of came in on the Tuesday, and then we sort of had a couple of days to prepare for, which was the first game, which was Swansea. But such was the turnaround and the level of performance from the players, which was great. And what we did was that game was a draw, but where the snowball effect come on was when we prepared and we won at Old Trafford, and we had to win at Old Trafford because we knew that we had to win games to go forward. So how we set up was we had to go and win games, and the run of games, what it went on, was incredible. And I always say the momentum that we had at the time, Nick, had that game against Southampton and Swansea in the week not have ended in when it was, I really feel we go to Crystal Palace and we win because we just had the momentum at the time. And we picked up some great points week after week and kept the season alive. And, you know, the game against Spurs at home, when we did take it into the last game of the season, the atmosphere at the Hawthorns was great. And that sort of catapulted my time as a manager, really. And then when the team went into EFL, you know, I was sort of given the role and the job to go with and went with it. So all your bits and pieces that you learn as a player and a coach going in, there's never a right time to give it to it. You've just got to be ready for it. And at the time, even though mentally you think, are you ready for it? You obviously was, because then I went in and just shaped up the team and done what I think was right. And that sort of catapulted me into the managerial world. And that's it. And I carried it from West Brom and at Doncaster. And then from Doncaster now, I've carried it here. And it's great to be at this wonderful club, know all about this football club, the size and structure of this football club. And this club that I'm at now, Nick, just needs that consistency and leveling out, really. It's been a lot of ups and downs at this football club. And what we're trying to do is bring a solidity to this football club and a consistency and a competitive team and putting the club back to where we feel it should be. In terms of that, we know there's a lot of hard work ahead of us, but we're working to achieve that, you know. And it's great for me to be on here to talk about it, the football club, and be part of the Black History Month talking as we're going ahead, you know.
Was management always what you wanted to do when you were coaching and stuff? Did you always want to be the gaffer?
Yeah, because, you know, I look back now, Nick, and at the time I said to myself, you know what, I wanted to be like a good coach. But when I look back at my career now, my goodness, Nick, I used to think to myself, when managers used to talk, I used to listen to everything and then take what the manager does onto the pitch. But not only did I look back then, I was doing my job in terms of what the manager doing, but I knew what other people had to do. So I was almost like someone being the conductor on the pitch. as a player. And so subconsciously, when I look back at it, I was thinking, well, maybe I was destined to be a manager, because even as a player then, I not only knew my job, I knew where other people should be doing and where they should be standing on set plays, corners, what they should be doing in the game and talking it. So when I look back on it now, I think, yeah, actually, Darren, you was destined to become a manager. Because when I look back at my experiences now, I remember what that manager used to say in this situation and that, and I bring it all together now as one and apply it to what I'm doing now. And that's when people say, what manager do you look at was an inspiration to you? Nick, I say all of them, because I've just taken things and experiences of it all and applying it to my managerial career now, today. And I'm sure that I'll be applying it further in the future as well.
Yeah, and centre backs often make good managers because they're quite loud on the pitch. So when you go into the dressing room, you've already got your voice. I guess.
was loud. Yeah, I was certainly loud.
Yeah. I bet. So Sheffield Wednesday, then it's a big club, as we've already said. The fans there, very, very passionate, and they want to get the club back to the glory days of where it was before. I'm guessing that's the aim for you, to try and push and see how far you can go with this team.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's trying to push and get this club back into where we feel it should be. Nick, like I said, before, you don't get a God-given right that it is, because you've got to go and earn it. And that's where we are at the moment. We've got to go and earn it. And that's what we're working towards, is getting a team that's playing consistent football, exciting football, and a team that's able to go and win games, but not just win games, 1 and 2 week win games over consistent periods of the weeks and games and fixtures that's coming. And that's the task that we've got here. In terms of going forward, and we feel that here we've got a team here that as the weeks are going by, the team's getting stronger and stronger. We've had moments in games where we've put down some blistering football and some real powerful football, but not been able to consistently stay on it. And I think that's the bits that we're looking forward to, is to consistently stay and keep them performances at a high level and keep them relentless in terms of going forward. And that's why I keep saying there's work for us to do here in terms of going forward, because over those 20 or 30, 40-minute patches, I want to see over 90 minutes and then repeated after week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and get to a level. And that's what we need to be doing and achieving here. And that's what we're trying to achieve that now, even though sometimes it takes time. I want it now, so that's why we keep working.
And that's why you're a gaffer, not demanding too much then, it would seem. Well, listen, Darren, it's been a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Great sitting down for Black History Month, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Nick, and keep up the good work. And like I said, yourself too is a role model in the Black History Month, to keep up the great work. And I'll keep tuning in and listening. All right.
All right. I'll give you a shout out.
Nice.